Welcome in, my simmers and challenge lovers. My name is Luna, and we are coming in with a special speed build. I did this live on our stream about 2 weeks ago, I want to say. So if you caught the live, then you actually helped come up with this next shell challenge. So as you know, we have religiously done shell challenges for about a year and a half straight through every month. We took some time off and just kind of, needed to chill. That happens when you play The Sims. But we are coming in with a new shell challenge. This is actually a build that I have been wanting to do. Now, this is a challenge of redoing the Get to Work police station that comes in the Get to Work DLC. Now, I have had some questions about what if you don't have the Get to Work DLC? Well, then you're not going to properly have a police station. So you have to have the Get to Work DLC. This does have a longer shell life to it because it is the summer. I just got off summer break, but we'll go over the rules and everything. I wanted to do this build for me because I've been wanting to redo the Get to Work police station. It's one of those things that's on your bucket list and you just never get to it. But of course, while I was live, we've been playing around with the hobbies DLC and the shops and hobbies, whatever it's called, DLC. And I was like, you know what? We need to do a shell challenge, and there's a build I've been wanting to do. Let's just push ourselves to do it. So when you have this DLC, if you don't have the Ravishing mod bus stop where you can travel to any hidden location on The Sims, I will also link that down below, and it's always in my Google Doc form of mods that I like to use. But if you don't have that mod to get to the police station, then you'll just have to get a sim that gets the police career and then go to work with them, and then that's how you can get to your build. So what you want to do, when I went in here, I went in to make sure, one, I was going to grab all the things I needed for this build. When you take down a hidden lot, it does give you in build mode the stuff that you will need for it, but I wanted to go through and make sure that I did have access to everything. You can still use your show hidden objects, show live edit objects, and also your move objects. You can still use all of those cheats. Money shouldn't be an issue here as well. It is a hidden object, it is a hidden lot, so when you go into build, then you should be good. Now, the trick, also, you can't get into build mode just all willy-nilly like you normally could with any other build. You'll have to use the bb.enable build to get into the build to be able to use any of the lots that you cannot build. So bb.enable free build is the cheat code that you will love, especially when you go into hidden lots that you want to redo. It is a godsend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the little rules that we have here and talk about that a little bit and then go through this build as we went through it on live. So this is a new shell challenge. It will be posted for everyone in the gallery that you're welcome to use it. If you're outside for the summer, make sure that you do not get caught and end up here. Let's redo the police station / prison that is in the Get to Work DLC. You must be on the police station lot, which is a 40 by 30. Get to Work DLC is a must so we can properly have the right tools that are in our police station. You may edit the entire inside. You cannot touch the outside walls. So if there's any walls that are inside that you want to break off and all the things, you can touch those. Any of the outside walls you cannot touch. Therefore, the floor plan is your baby. Lay it out however you would like. One thing I do want to add also, you can also flip the build. Now, that's not touching the wall height. That's not touching, adding a wall, taking out a wall. If you want to rotate it to the front, you can use any side of this build as the front entrance that you would like. And I also said, you cannot change the wall height. I usually try and keep the wall height at the medium height. So I believe that's where it's either medium or tall. It should be one of those two. But it should be fine. Now, if you wanted to raise or lower the base of it, then that would be fine. Some people don't like dealing with stairs walking into buildings. Depending on the type of building, I like stairs. But you can raise and lower the foundation. That is fine. You cannot use CC. Now, in this build that I do, when I do these shell builds, I'm actually doing them for my specific save file. Mine technically does have CC in it because I wanted to use some of the deco jailers that I had just to kind of see how if I wanted to use them. And honestly, I put them in there and I forgot to take them out, so they're in mine. So if you look up my build, you have to click the CC button, but that's all it is. There's just CC deco mods that are in the jail cell, and I need to take them out because when you're actually playing with them, they blend in. So I can't find the actual Sims that I need to play with. So keep the no CC so everyone can enjoy your build, because the more CC you have, then more stuff is taken out. If you do have the deco Sims, if you know which ones I'm using, then they'll show up and then you'll be fine. All the packs can be used. I'm not a stiffler for you can't use this pack, you must use this pack, unless it's a special build that, you know, has the meaning behind it. All the packs are used, game packs, stuff packs, kits, all of that. You can just fill it up, and if I don't have it, I don't have it. And that goes for me. If I'm using something you don't have, I want you to be able to enjoy the build and not limit yourself, and do what we can. You know what? I said that you can I told you guys that you could lower the foundation, but I'm just looking at the written rules that I said you cannot lower the foundation. So in the written rules, I said you cannot raise or lower the foundation. I didn't realize I put that until I said that. So we're going to go back to the written rules. You cannot raise or lower the foundation. My bad. I don't remember typing that, but I did. So hopefully you made it this far to know that I said you cannot raise or lower the foundation. Sorry about that. You may add one floor up. So you can add one more floor up, but you cannot add another floor down because there is already a basement. I don't want there to be a basement under a basement under a basement under a basement. So you can go one up, but you cannot go any more down than the basement that's already there. So right now the shell is a 2-story with the basement and then the upper half. Like I said, you could make it a 3-story if you wanted, but that is the cutoff limit. This one is going to be a little bit longer. This one is due July 30th. We did this on June 1st, and this is 10 days in, just now getting this video out. But this is due on July 30th, but I have had all of the posts about it. If you're in the Discord, that's where we posted it first, and then I've added to TikTok and YouTube, but I did want to show just off my build because mine's already done. We did it during the live, and it was super a lot of fun. But you can use the hashtag Luna Prison in the gallery, and that's how you can find it, and use my gallery ID Luna's Galaxy 33 to find my gallery, but then use, like I said, hashtag Luna Prison, so we can tour them. With this being a little bit longer of a shell challenge, I may go in and do some tours as I see them completed. We may have some more people, but by the time it's the 30th, maybe everyone's already done and we won't have a tour. We'll just compile them all together and just do an overall look, because I am interested to want to kind of see where everybody's at and what everyone has done. But we have had, like I said, a lot longer time to get this done, and maybe I'll pop out another shell challenge just in between now and then, just to kind of give us something else to do, because I'm actually having a lot of fun now that I'm on summer vacation and I have time to kind of just work on my save file. And I didn't really have time to dig into the last DLCs that came out. And so I'm having a lot of fun with the small shop and hobbies. I can't remember what it's called. I remember it's called hobbies, something in hobbies. I'm having a lot of fun with that one. So we're actually going to have a couple of builds and some storylines following that. And because I know a lot of people have been waiting for Sims content. We were going live, and you know, I'm an educator, so a lot of my time just went into focusing on my work and my kids. But now that it's summer, I can relax a little bit more, and I can really dig into what I really enjoyed with the Sims, and that's what I was wanting. And something big that I did is I completely deleted my save files. My game was just bugging so bad. I gutted my mods in CC. There's a lot of CC that is now gone, and there was a lot I've had over like 5-6 years that was just broken, and I was like, I'm done. We're pitching it. So I am slightly vanilla. There's not a lot of CC that I will use or touch anymore. CC that I know for sure that isn't broken. I probably have more hair than anything that I kept. I didn't keep a lot of clothes just because I always thought it was mods that were breaking my game. It was actually CC that was breaking my game. I had some items that I know I've worn before, but they never got updated or something happened with them. And when I would put it on a sim, the entire sim just disappeared. So I was like, you know what? It's not the mods. We're just going to take everything out. And so we're working with a lot of base game. But I'm also used to that because I didn't have DLCs until Sim4. I've played Sims 1 through 3 with no DLCs. And I just have an imagination with it. So this is what we're working with. But I do have things, still have Wicked Whims, and I still have the MC Command Center, the Realistic Birthing mod. Those are some of my favorite ones that I don't see myself getting rid of. The gambling mod I do have simply because I've made 2 casinos now, so I kind of need that one. Base Metal I have. So it's just little things here and there. But this build has come along really, really well. I was a little worried about with the big space that we had. But this build I really wanted to... I kind of channeled a little bit of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and a little bit of Zootopia because I watched it. That was like one of the last movies that I watched with my students. And I was like, okay, so thinking of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, thinking of Zootopia, they had an area where the police officers, had their desk and everything. They had a space where kind of family... would come and wait to, be questioned or wait to, see their loved ones. And they also had a room where they would get together and kind of go over briefings and stuff. And then the forensic room, and then the commissioner's room, and of course they had a break room. I wanted all that stuff mainly to be upstairs to kind of get through all of that, because that's where a lot of your work is going through when you're doing the police career. You don't spend a lot of time with the actual inmates or anything. And then as you get higher up, then you'll do the interrogations. So everything that you'll be doing a lot is upstairs. The basement is where I wanted to put the inmates because it only made sense. And I put the interrogation room down there as well. And again, that made a lot more sense to have it just right there where the inmates are. And again, I put those into all of my ideas and kind of how I saw things set up in police shows that I had watched. And so we added those rooms, and then we also have a place for them to work out. I didn't put a lot of like extra energy into this. I couldn't remember if I got that wall or not. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to do a wall. There's some things I do end up changing, but other than that, I had a lot of fun with this. We're going to be coming up on the screenshots as well. So I hope that you guys are able to get the shell challenge done and keep out for the shell tours that we go through as you start to get through with them. So have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are. This is Luna, Galaxy out.